In a world where people are constantly trying to make the loudest noise and draw the most attention to themselves, one man often sits in silence, waiting, watching, and observing everything around them while gathering wisdom. And when they finally speak, they come from a place of such confidence that everyone is amazed. Perhaps you can relate to this statement, and you often find yourself sitting in conversations while everyone is making as much noise as they can. It can be easy to force yourself to be part of the extroverts in the room, but once you understand the magnetic power of silent charisma, you can use this to your strength. If you've ever wondered if you should change yourself, let me stop you in your tracks. Today, I'll show you the true power of silent charisma, and together, we can explore the power behind this unexpected trait that women can't get enough of. Make sure you stick around to the end when I reveal the most powerful secret no woman can resist. Let's dive in. What is silent charisma? Now, if you've been living the silent lifestyle for a while, you might be asking yourself, what is silent charisma? And is it just something introverts hide behind to protect themselves from engaging in extroverted behavior? But it is by no means a way of hiding in the shadows. Silent charisma can best be described as someone that doesn't speak out of turn, and they have no point to prove to the world. In modern terms, many influencers would refer to this as the stereotypical Sigma male. But it goes deeper than this, and can be characterized by a strong sense of self, and someone that feels comfortable with who they are. Many men who use this trait have a composed demeanor, and few things can startle them. They tend to be good listeners and have a real knack for absorbing the information they're given. Once unleashed, this person will communicate calmly, utilizing all the absorbed information and speaking from a place of true power and wisdom. Since they rarely speak, people are keen to stop everything and listen, which makes such a person truly attractive and compelling to those around them. By the time they speak, they've thought through everything they want to say, and should someone interrupt this person, they will simply just keep quiet. But what is it about being charismatic in such a way that attracts everyone? The attractiveness of silent charisma. You often hear dating coaches and social influencers tell you that you need to stand out from the crowd to attract women.
I have to be the person that women would want. Okay, what do they want? Clean, that's not a bad start. Reasonably good physical shape, so healthy.
But when everyone is doing this, it's perhaps the opposite approach that can be even more powerful. You see, silent charisma creates a sense of intrigue and mystery around a person. Since someone with this skill doesn't talk a lot, they rarely reveal all their cards. In fact, they're known for only giving a teaser when speaking, drawing people in with numerous gaps they're compelled to fill. This is what we call enigmatic. Imagine someone telling a captivating story, but throughout, they often leave numerous gaps, which leave more questions than answers. Now, when you look at a silent, charismatic person, you find that they do it with everything. They often leave people with more questions than answers, keeping them hooked and intrigued. If we're to flip the script and look at basic human nature, we see that people hate open loops. Much like waiting for a test result, it can create some form of unexplained anxiety, and many women would go to the ends of the earth to have the questions answered. But you should beware. Many people try to fake silent charisma, and this has the opposite effect to being true to your extroverted self. The misconceptions around silent charisma. You see, being fake is only a persona that you show to the world. Since it's not backed by any substance, this persona will quickly fall apart, and women will see right through it. You should note that silent charisma doesn't mean you're aloof or passive. Some might even think that it means you should be unemotional when going through life. However, a truly charismatic person can only achieve this through being emotionally invested in what they say and do. By faking silent charisma, you won't come off as being charismatic. In fact, you'll often be seen as weird, and none of your actions will be congruent with the way you present yourself. Keep in mind that congruency is one of the most important things to having your personality flow and attracting others, regardless of whether you're silently charismatic. But if you are the silent one, you might not have activated this silent charismatic part of yourself. Let me show you what it takes. From introverted and shy to silently charismatic. It's important to note that even the most enigmatic person on earth has to take some time to hone their skills and build confidence. Yes, you need to be confident in yourself, as you'll encounter some unique situations that few people can deal with. So, what should you expect? First and foremost, you need to be comfortable with silence. You see, silence is the one thing that many people can't endure. They feel the need to break the moment by saying something, and in most cases, it's the first thing that comes to mind. A person who cannot endure silence would say something completely out of context, and they speak just for the sake of speaking. However, you also need to maintain eye contact, but not in a weird way that seems like a death stare. Rather, it should be casual and naturally aloof. You want the other person to be the one who breaks the silence, giving you information to work with when engaging in conversation. Secondly, you need to embody the fact that your actions speak louder than words. This does mean focusing on solid body language that doesn't come across as being anxious. Things like fidgeting with your hands or constantly making uncontrolled facial gestures could give off a vibe of being aloof and fake. As you can see, all of this ties into confidence and being fully content with your being. Once you get the opportunity to speak, tone of voice is highly important. Since you're seen as a silent, charismatic person, your tone of voice should be calm. If you follow the silence up with a squeaky voice that speaks too quickly, it seems like you've been holding things in and want to let them all out as quickly as possible. This could show that you are afraid of not having another chance to speak. Finally, you need to break free from living inside your mind. You see, people who often try to apply silent charisma are constantly mulling over their thoughts. They're so focused on thinking about what they're going to say when they speak that they often lose track of the conversation. A truly charismatic person will give his undivided attention to those speaking and absorb as much information as they can. When they finally unleash their voice and start speaking, they remain on topic and can make an actual contribution to the current topic. Keep in mind that you're not forced to speak, and if you don't have anything to contribute, it's better to remain silent. But being silently charismatic can open the door to women for you in ways that only a few people will ever see. As promised, here's a secret that women simply cannot resist about such a person. Why women always fall in love with the silence. I briefly touched on the fact that the human mind doesn't like open-ended situations, and we're programmed to seek closure for everything. You see, being silently charismatic makes it hard for a woman to read your thoughts. They might feel like they have you figured out, but once you speak, it's not what they expected. You can respond with tidbits of information which will keep them asking more questions. Since you don't speak out of turn, you're not revealing too much about yourself, and you make them invest time and effort into figuring out who and what you are. This can turn into an obsession for many women, keeping them coming back for more. However, it's important that you also have something tangible and useful to offer, or by the time she figures you out, she'll be disappointed. But I'll create a video on how to be successful in life without showing it, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that video. As you can see, the power of silence and being the opposite of the mainstream world can help you stand out. You don't need to make the loudest noise. Just be yourself and find out how you can use this to your advantage. If you feel like this is you, Please let me know in the comments section. And make sure you share this video with anyone who's ever felt like an outcast.